greatest digital asset ever created. I'm so glad I accumulated before the space got saturated. XRP the greatest digital asset ever created. Make the haters aggravated, get the spaceship activated. XRP the greatest digital asset ever created. I'm so glad I accumulated before the space got saturated.
What's goody, guys? So listen, I want to come right into it with the information. This is a video out in China that happened earlier today or yesterday. One of them, I think it's either today. This is huge. Don't know how this will end. But this is a few banks in China. They have the same issue. Liquidity. They're not able to take money out of the bank. So let's watch this video here. So as you guys can see on the video, these are many protesters coming out. They have deposited money in their banks. Their money has they're not able to get money out the bank. They're not able to get money out the bank at all. They this is today. I've been talking about it. If you guys also been following me on my last video on March the 1st, 2022, I've been speaking about the bank holidays and how they are basically allowed to, it's not your money. We've been thinking that this money that's been invested in, it's not our money. I want to listen to this that I've talked about earlier this year with the bank freeze, the bank holidays, whatever you want to call it. And then back earlier this year, protesters with the trucks, they froze their bank accounts. So let's listen into what I said about bank holidays for about a minute or two. Freezing of accounts and taking the money from the people that's putting it in the banks. All right, so let's see, what is a bank holiday, right? So we already know a bank holiday is a business day during the financial institutions when they're closed. Like Christmas or Labor Day or maybe Martin Luther King Day. Those are considered holidays, right? Bank holidays. But what else? I'm reading more because they're starting to do these, they've been doing these bail-ins. But if you keep reading a little bit down low here, it says, although rare, bank holidays can also be declared to prevent bank runs. So it's not just quote-unquote these bank holidays. It says to prevent bank runs. So let's click. What is bank runs, right? So what is a bank run? A bank run occurs when a large number of customers of a bank or financial institution withdraw their deposit simultaneously over concerns of banks' sovereignty. So as more people withdraw their funds, for probability of default increases, promoting more people to withdraw their deposits. In extreme cases, the bank's reserves may not be sufficient to cover the withdrawal. So when so many people withdraw money, they do these bail-in. So they close the banks, they stop people from withdrawing money, they basically put a halt on pretty much everything. So guys, we need to make sure that we understand this because there's a big packet that we get. All right, so this is me back in March 2020, talking about the bank runs, the bank holidays. I want, really, guys, we gotta understand more on this situation and understand that. let me just keep moving because I'm not the only one who's been saying this. You know, you can take your money out the bank, have cash on hand, things like that. But listen to this.
The idea that you have money in the bank, everyone takes for granted, but they don't read the fine print to realize they're an unsecured creditor. I'm talking about the United States now. An unsecured creditor to the bank, and it's really the bank's money, believe it or not. And what that means in a banking crisis, and let's say that there is a bail-in, then they have the right legally to take what you consider to be your money. So there's two thoughts on this. Number one is the ownership theory of money is you take out physical currency from your bank account, and you could do it in any way that's best for you. In other words, you don't have to withdraw your entire bank account in cash, but I would certainly consider owning some cash for a lot of various reasons, electronic failure, cyber attack, bank closure, terrorist act, who knows? I look more toward electrical problems with the grid, perhaps, or cyber attack is the main two that concern me. And the other part is that I didn't really say to Greg, and that's, if you have a large sum in the bank and you're really just getting acquainted with the precious metals, one of the easiest ways to move money, quote unquote money, is to move it via a check or a wire and take X amount from your account and move it into physical metal. And that's what a lot of savvy people have done over the years that have listened to you on Stansberry. It's like, look, I need some protection. I need some what we call monetary insurance, some wealth protection. And I've got a lot of cash, but I don't have any metals. So that's one way to do it. The other part, again, I'll give it back to you, Daniela, is does it make sense to take some cash out of the bank? And the answer is absolutely after the fact. I mean, once people wake up to the idea that, and just one more comment. It's kind of funny, but it isn't. And that's when we had the 2008 crisis. Guess who was running down to the ATMs? The Wall Streeters. Not the man on the street. The Wall Streeters knew what the heck was going on, scared to death, and worried about an ultimate collapse. And they were draining the ATMs at the time. So back to you.
So me personally, I have been taking money. I have been taking money out of the bank, getting some cash on hand. I have been buying gold, and I've also been putting my bags to some crypto, just diversifying income, just do what's best for you. So let's listen to part 2 here.
What's your exposure now, David, if you don't mind sharing? I know you mentioned you should have cash at home to make sure you can pay rent and whatever your basic expenses, but are you completely out of the system now?
I'm not. I have to have an account, the business account, to pay,
right,
people that work with me. So not completely out, but no, I think there's really two methods here that most people are familiar with. One is the traditional privately held money, gold and silver. And the other, of course, it's been at the forefront for some time now, and that's the crypto.
And that's it. And that's pretty much it. I just want you guys to know that I've told you, it's up to you to just do your own due diligence and see where you want to put your money, because this US dollar that we call freedom, and we work so hard for, it is going to, I don't want to say the word, but it starts with the S and ends with the T. It's going to all right, so let's listen up to this here. This is Jimmy Valor discussing glitches on a crypto exchange could be stress test for XRP. Let's listen up.
On something here is how the court case is suppressing the price, which I absolutely concur with. And you and I both know we've seen a lot of unusual activity on exchanges, like glitches and things of that nature. And even truthfully, I know a lot of people on certain days, even myself, if you go back to the last all-time high that we had of 384 or 380 plus, whatever it was, you know, a lot of people believe that that was even a stress test on the system at the time, testing things and of that nature, even though the whole market was moving, that it was operating under that understanding to be able to stress test the system. Any thoughts on that, Linda, at all?
Yeah, I mean, from time to time, we do get these price glitches and it's publicized. We see the number and we don't know what's causing it, but there has been background discussion that perhaps it's from the private ledger, that the stress testing comes from the private ledger and it spills over into the retail side and causes these glitches. We don't know if that's true, but it kind of makes a logical reason to me. It's a logical explanation of.
So what do y'all think? Do y'all think these glitches are true, false, that they're not doing a fair game? Me personally, I definitely agree. I just want to hear your comments below. I want to hear your comments on these glitches, right? So I also want to get into these here. I'm not going to get into all of them. Make sure you guys go follow Digital Asset Investor. Pretty great crypto content provider on just keeping everything up to date, right? So this is one video or clip here. Make sure you guys go find the whole entire clip on YouTube. It's about an hour and like 30 minutes. He really discusses a lot of great information. So let's listen to this. We are the Rockefeller type of wealthy, holding XRP and crypto in general. Listen up.
And you could go right down the line, oil and gas, silver, all these different things, and it's a similar type of an issue. But all of a sudden, for the first time in history, this is all happening, and we have this brand new asset class that didn't even exist. It wasn't on the balance sheet before, right? And it's these digital assets. And you got the one that's basically the most liquid asset that's ever can turn anything of value into anything else of value anywhere else in the world, 3 to 5 seconds. Why not take that one and write that up? And yes, are you going to make a handful of people phenomenally wealthy, Rockefeller type wealthy? Yeah, you're gonna end up doing that. But the people that you're going to end up doing that for are the very people who basically did their homework and figured it out.
We are going to be very, very wealthy, guys. Just stick to the plan, continue to invest, continue to, dollar cost average. I'm not a financial advisor, but just keep holding strong, Listen up to this.
What's interesting is central banks, you probably already know this, but they've been accumulating gold for a very long time now. This is just me speculating, but what do you think on maybe they're accumulating because they're preparing for a Bretton Woods 3.0? In other words?
100%. There's a lot going on with that, though. There's the whole Basel 3, there's the COMEX 589. They have to start, there's already a movement underlying the banking system where they have to start basically settling up in real physical gold and not just having paper gold trades.
That doesn't. But this ties in probably.
It's the perfect segue
exactly
to setting the price of gold, maybe, or setting the price of these basket of commodities. And issuing digital assets.
And then setting the price of the digital asset.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, once precious metals are reevaluated, precious metals will be reevaluated.
Precious metals will be reevaluated. So, they saying gold could be about $35,000. If you go look on a debt clock, they have $35,000 price for gold. But right now, gold is about $1,800. So, it's all up to you guys what you want to do with your money. Also, Glint Pay is a site where you can literally purchase gold and spend it on your debit card. It's called Glint Pay. I don't have it up right now, but it's called Glint Pay. Make sure you go check that out. Also, this is a big thing that just happened over the week. Was Quant was about $50 something. It was about 50 something, maybe like earlier this month. It jumped up to, it's now $77. This was a big thing. So make sure you guys go check out Quant. I'm not a financial advisor, but this is one of the ISO 222 tokens that's getting in that particular, top 5 maybe. So XDC, XLM, Quant, and XRP are pretty much my top coins that I have been accumulating over the months and years to come. All right, guys, make sure you go follow me on YouTube and send this to your family, brothers, cousins, sister, mother. I'm out. Peace.